to the Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show on the Padres Radio Network. Coming up, we'll deliver a full recap of today's game, including highlights from the biggest moments. Listen to Craig Stammen's postgame comments. Plus, we'll bring you today's play of the game. From the Padres Radio Network, here's Sam Levitt.
1-2, hit in the air, deep to left center field. Harris is racing back at the wall, looking up, gonna go! Line drive, home run into the bullpen, and Manny Machado does it again. His 14th of the year is a lead shot here at the bottom of the fourth inning, and the Padres have struck. It's 1-0.
Sometimes one swing is all you need. That's all the Padres needed here tonight. Manny Machado, a solo home run in the bottom half of the fourth inning, and that propels the Padres to a 1-0 win over the Atlanta Braves in this series and homestand opener. Welcome into our Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show here on the Padres Radio Network. What a nice win for the Padres against a very good Atlanta Braves team to begin this series and this homestand. Padres improved to 40-37. Braves dropped to 48-29, and it was Manny Machado, the solo home run in the fourth inning. Michael King and the Padres bullpen, it did the rest. King was terrific tonight. 7 shutout frames, 6 hits. He allowed no walks. He struck out 5. He was spectacular tonight. His best start in a while, doing it against the Atlanta Braves once again. The bullpen gets it done. Adrian Morejon, a scoreless 8th inning. Mason Miller, a scoreless 9th inning, and the Padres get a 1-0 win here tonight as they allow just 7 hits tonight. The Braves had opportunities. Padres able to get out of a lot of different jams, and a really nice way to begin this homestand tonight in downtown San Diego. I caught up with one of tonight's heroes, Manny Machado, just moments ago.
Manny, the second time in 3 games, you've come up with a game-deciding home run. What's allowing you to have those types of swings right now?
Just being consistent, being consistent with your at-bats, being consistent with your work, and just staying true to it, Don't worry about the results, what happens, but stay committed to the work you're doing.
Speaking of that consistency, what's been the process for you in working to find that consistency as this season rolls along?
Yeah, just not worrying about the results. I think we're winning ball games, we're playing well. If the team wants to get to where we want to get to, they need me to step up and do my part, and just trusting the process of working and staying consistent with my bats and with my work ethic.
Michael King was spectacular tonight, 7 shutout innings. From your perspective, what made him so good?
He was commanding his pitches, getting out of jams that he got himself into. Obviously, we get in the lead to be a little bit more aggressive on some of those pitches, but man, that was vintage Michael right there. He looked great today. All his pitches were working, and it was a great team effort.
Looking at this sprint towards the All-Star break, this team plays a lot of good competition, not many off days. How significant was it to start this stretch with a win tonight?
I mean, just getting back on the win column. We had a tough series back this weekend, and we played some really good baseball, but came up short. So starting this homestand with the win is huge.
That was a long road trip. I would imagine it felt good to get back home.
Oh, absolutely. It was great.
Manny, thanks so much. Appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That was Manny Machado right after tonight's 1-0 win. Manny, the home run in the fourth inning, the lone run of the ball game. And for the Padres here tonight, coming off that long 9-game road trip, that is quite all right as the Padres beat the Braves in this series opener. When we come back, we'll have all the radio highlights for you, recap this game from start to finish. We'll go downstairs here from Craig Stammen. Coming up a little bit later as well, Padres win the series opener against Atlanta 1-0. Our postgame coverage continues after this from Petco Park.
Woodsy here. My family loves
Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show continues here on the Padres Radio Network. Sam Levitt with you inside the loft here at the Western Metal Building at Petco Park as the Padres beat the Braves 1-0 on this Monday evening to begin this 6-game homestand. A great crowd here tonight, more than 42,000 in the building. They didn't see a ton of offense in this game, but they did see one big swing, and it made all the difference. We'll recap this 1-0 win in just a moment. Full look at the out-of-town scoreboard coming your way as well. And, of course, we'll hear from Padres manager Craig Stammen in a matter of minutes. Hey player with epic SoCal views, a full bar, and poolside bites. Starlight Pool at Jamul Casino Resort is pool season perfected, and day passes are available. Jamul Casino Resort, the Players' Place. Well, the Padres coming off that 4-5 road trip to Baltimore, St. Louis, and Texas. They come home to begin a stretch against some really good competition, a tough homestand, facing the two teams with the best records in baseball entering today. 3 against the Braves, then 3 against the Dodgers this coming weekend. Series opener tonight against Atlanta. How'd the Padres do? Let's recap this one.
Which moments determine the outcome of today's game? We'll paint you a picture with our game highlights on the Padres Radio Network.
We had a couple of right-handers going at it tonight. Michael King for the Padres, Grant Holmes for Atlanta. Both guys dealt with some base traffic early. Both dealt with a leadoff single in the first inning. Both dealt with 2 on base in the second. Both tossed a 1-2-3 top of the third. King retired the side in order in the top of the fourth inning. He got a little help from Jackson Merrill in center.
1-0 in the air to very deep right center field. Long run, Merrill. All the way back, onto the track, leaps up, makes the catch, and comes down right in front of the wall. Gonna hang a star for Jackson Merrill. Going back to make a play and take it away. Extra bases from Michael Harris II.
Jackson continuing to play an excellent center field. So with that, we still had a 0-0 game going to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Manny Machado led off.
1-2 hit in the air deep to left center field. Harris is racing back at the wall, looking up, gonna go! Line drive, home run into the bullpen, and Manny Machado does it again. His 14th of the year is a lead shot here at the bottom of the fourth inning, and the Padres have struck. It's 1-0.
As Jesse said, his 14th of the season, his second in the last 3 days. Padres would put 2 more on base in that inning, but Holmes kept it 1-0. King just kept on cruising. He worked around a 1-out single in the 5th inning. He worked around a 1-out single and stranded man in scoring position in the 6th. The Padres still led just 1-0 going to the top of the 7th. King allowed a leadoff single to Austin Riley. He got the next 2 hitters, then faced Jorge Mateo.
Riley leading at first base. 2-2. The pitch to Mateo. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Got him with a changeup as Mateo went down to a knee and whiffed. Michael King, 7 shutout innings.
Meanwhile, the Braves bullpen had not allowed a hit since Holmes couldn't get out of the 5th inning. King was done after 7. He was absolutely tremendous tonight. No runs allowed, 6 hits, no walks, 5 strikeouts on 93 pitches. Adrian Morejon came on for the top of the 8th inning. He faced the very top of the Braves order in Dubon, Baldwin, and Olsen. He struck out 2, got a ground out. More excellent work from Adrian Morejon. Padres still led 1-0 going to the 9th inning. It was time for Mason Miller. Miller got Ozzie Albies to fly out to left field. Michael Harris II struck out swinging. Austin Riley hit a 2-out single off of Miller. Pinch runner Eli White ended up stealing second base. Dominic Smith then walked. So things getting a little tricky. Braves had the tying run at second base, the go-ahead run on first base. The game left up to the Braves' Mike Yastrzemski.
All with a 1-run lead. Here's another 0-2. Yastrzemski takes strike 3 called. Slider perfectly breaks over the heart of the plate. Yastrzemski will challenge. He will lose that challenge, and the ball game will be over. Mason Miller comes on and does the job. His 21st save of the year. And for the 3rd time this season, the Padres, a 1-0 win. They take game 1 of this series over the Atlanta Braves, and somehow King and Morejon and Miller make Manny Machado's 4th inning home run stand up.
Certainly have the type of bullpen that can make a 1-0 game stand up. You saw that its best right there. King 7, more than home for 1, Miller for 1. Padres take game 1.
The 7th shutout win for the Padres this season. As Jesse said, their third 1-0 win of the season. And Manny Machado providing all the offense they would need. The solo home run in the bottom of the 4th, and the Padres hang on to win it 1-0. Final totals here today for the Padres: 1 run on 4 hits, 1 error. For Atlanta, no runs, 7 hits, and no errors. Both these teams struggled with runners in scoring position. The Braves went 0 for 5. The Padres went 0 for 8. They had plenty of opportunities to score more tonight, but didn't need to. They won it 1-0. Michael King was the story of this game. He was terrific. 7 shutout frames. He improves to 5-6. Grant Holmes gave up just the lone run. He drops to 4-4, and more excellent work from Mason Miller. Now 21 for 21 in save opportunities. He lowers his ERA to 0.84 this season. When we come back, we'll hear from Padres manager Craig Stammen. Again, the Padres win it 1-0. They take this series opener against Atlanta. Our Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show continues after this.
You're listening to the
Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show continues here on the Padres Radio Network, live from Petco Park. Sam Levitt with you as we wrap this one up. Padres win it 1-0 against the Atlanta Braves. Manny Machado, the solo home run in the 4th inning against Atlanta starter Grant Holmes. That was all the offense the Padres would need in this one. The pitching was the story. Aside from that, Michael King, terrific. 7 scoreless innings tonight for the win. Adrian Morejon, more excellent work. A 1-2-3 8th inning. Mason Miller got in a little trouble in the 9th inning. Tying and go-ahead runs were aboard, but Mason, in typical Mason Miller fashion, found his way out of it. Now 21 for 21 in save opportunities. And look, the Padres get a win here tonight on a night where they scored just one run. The 7th shutout win of the season already for the Padres, and now they're set up fairly nicely to maybe win a series against what is a very good Atlanta team, a Braves team that came in with the best record in baseball, 20 games above 500, and you've won the series opener on, again, a night where you only scored one run. So you'll take it, and we'll see if the Padres can build a little momentum into the rest of this series. They'll take on the Dodgers Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and Padres taking care of business here tonight. The pitching was the story. Let's go downstairs. Here's some post-game reaction from Padre manager Craig Stammen.
Let's pull up a seat in the manager's office and hear from Padres skipper Craig Stammen. Served up by Sinley Food. If you've had better chicken, you must be a rooster.
How nice was it to get that version of Michael King back?
Yeah, real nice. I think he's got something with the Braves that feels pretty good for him. Found his stuff tonight, had good fastball command, had the changeup really working. Sweeper was going good too, and anytime he gave up a hit, he got right back at the next couple of hitters and got him out.
Obviously, I mean, what he can do, setting a tone for a series, for like the rotation that's struggled a little bit, like what might that?
Yeah, I think it's huge. We've always, throughout this little stretch that we've had where we haven't played as good as we did at the beginning of the year, we've been looking when Michael King starts for him to kind of stop it for us. And tonight he definitely did that. That's what we've come accustomed to with him. And, his little funk coincided with our team's funk. So I think going forward, we feel really good about Michael. Every time he goes out there, tonight he showed why we feel very comfortable with him.
I think that Jackson's helping out Michael, covering.
Yeah, exactly. Whenever you throw a shutout, there's always a few plays that have to be made. There's very few times where a pitcher just rolls through a lineup and nothing happens. But Jackson, another unbelievable catch in center field. It wasn't a home run robbery, but probably one of the better ones that he's had. Just how far he had to go for it, and getting to that corner with the wall and knowing exactly where he was and making a reaching catch.
With King, what does it say about his resolve, the mindset to be able to come into a game like this and pitch the way that he did, get back to that version that we've talked about, and shake off like what has kind of been a little bit of a rough last month for him?
Yeah, he's mentally tough. One of those things about like baseball is it's not what happens to you, but how you bounce back. And he's definitely a testimony of that in his career and in his time here with the Padres. And so one thing we knew that Michael was going to do is going to work his tail off over the course of all those starts. And eventually he was going to figure it out and have a start like he did tonight. And now, the hope is he gets on a little bit of a roll for us.
Craig, do you think that with all the work Manny's done, that this is the point where he's just starting to turn it around? It like went deep into a couple of counts in bats, hit the home run, nice double at the end.
Yeah, it was a good day for Manny, stacked on top of a couple of good days in Texas too. So definitely trending in the right direction. It's what we believed about Manny for a really long time. And you guys didn't really believe me, but hopefully I'm starting to prove myself right.
Is it frustrating you get 11 base runners and score one run?
Oh yeah, it's always they have a great pitching staff also, similar to ours. We're right there with the bullpens, kind of fighting for that ERA, and both bullpens have multiple guys that they can go to, not just their back end guys, but guys that pitch throughout the game. They showed that tonight. We've got to figure out the next 2 days how to hit some of those guys and be able to scratch some runs across as the game goes along.
As a pitcher, do you really appreciate a 1-0 game? I mean, especially if you win, but like just everything it takes to make a 1-0 game, the contributors.
Yeah. It takes a whole team to have to throw a shutout. It took their whole team to only give up one run, and the one run was a home run. It wasn't like there was a rally put together or anything like that. So it shows that the defenses are playing good. It shows that the pitchers are making pitches. They're able to pitch out in and out of jams. And it's just a good old fashioned baseball game, pitcher's duel, we all fell in love with as kids.
This is the way the Padres have won the first half of the season.
Yeah, this is how the Padres have probably won ever since I've been a Padre. It feels like these are normal Padre wins, low scoring, 1 or 2 run games, and find a way to close it out with an elite closer. That's Padres history, is having an elite closer, and we've got one right now.
Yeah, no question.
That was Padres manager Craig Stammen following this 1-0 win for the Padres here tonight against the Atlanta Braves. As always, our post-game coverage brought to you by Jamul Casino Resort, the Players Place. Sam Levitt back with you inside the loft here at the Western Metal Building. If you want to get a phone call in, talk about tonight's game, you can do that at 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. The phone number to call. I do want to touch on a few items that Craig talked about there. Let's start with the defense. Jackson Merrill had a really good day defensively. I mean, he was covering a lot of ground. The catch he made in the fourth inning to take extra bases away from Michael Harris II was really, really good. Had to go a long way, leap on the warning track. He came in on a ball that was knuckling on him. He just had a really impactful day defensively on a day at the plate where he went 0 for 3 with a walk and a couple of strikeouts. So, look, it's a good reminder of in a 1-0 game, you can have a major impact on it, even if you're not that involved offensively. And, look, I don't think it's a small thing that through some of Jackson's offensive struggles this season, he has not allowed that to impact his defense in a negative way at all. I mean, Jackson's been really, really good defensively all year, and he's made so many big catches. I mean, how many home runs has he already robbed this year? And that was not a home run robbery on Harris, but it was a really good play and helped Michael King certainly through a terrific outing, 7 shutout innings here tonight. For Manny Machado, look, Manny at times on the road trip showed some signs of starting to come around. Now, look at it this way. The last 3 games, the 2 wins they have on Saturday in Texas and here tonight, I mean, Manny won them the games. I referred to it in my post-game chat with Manny. I mean, he won them the games. He had the extra inning home run on Saturday, 3-run shot in the 10th inning, and he has the solo home run in the 4th inning tonight. So, look, Manny's had the game-winning swings in 2 out of the last 3 games. The last 2 Padre wins, you hope it's a sign of Manny starting to turn it around. I mean, look, if you want to look at it this way, and I'm not, I don't think anybody, Manny included, is saying these are where he wants his numbers to be, but let's just kind of zoom out a little bit. Are we seeing overall, over the span of a couple of weeks, are we seeing signs of Manny starting to get it going? The numbers suggest that. Again, I'm not telling you that this is where he wants it to be on June 22nd, but for all intents and purposes, I think this is a good thing. He was hitting 166 on June 8th. Today he's hitting 185, so his average has gone up 19 points. His on base that day was 250. It's now 265. Okay, that's 15 points. His slug was 336. It's now 384. The OPS was 586. It's now 649. I get it. The overall numbers aren't anywhere close to what his standards are. We know that. We know he feels that way. But overall, slowly starting to trend upward for Manny, and he's got 14 home runs. I mean, to me, that's been one of the kind of weird things about his season is that the OPS is nowhere, close to where it usually is. Same thing with the average and the slug and the on base. However, the home runs, I mean, he has consistently hit home runs, and he's on pace to end up probably right around where he usually is, right? He's at 14. We're getting to the midway point. That puts him at 28 to 30. Well, guess what, man? He's typically at high 20s to 30 as far as home runs. So hopefully Manny is showing some real signs here of starting to get it going. And look, he's had 2 really impactful swings in the last 3 games that have pretty much directly led to Padres wins. The final thing I want to touch on here before we go to break, it feels like today's start was really important for Michael King for 2 reasons. Number one, he had really been struggling. I mean, it had been really up and down. His last 4 starts, nearly a 6.5 ERA. He was not getting nearly as much swing and miss as you're accustomed to from King. The walks were an issue at times. It just was not sharp, and again, I think he'd be the first person to say that. Just was not sharp. So, having Michael look the way he looked tonight look like that dominant version of Michael King that we've seen so often felt like a big deal tonight, because that is a big boost for this rotation if Michael can get back on track. Forget even a big boost. It's almost, if the Padres are going to go where they want to go, it's almost a necessity with the state of this rotation right now as far as injuries and performance. They need Michael King to be really good. They do. They need him to be really good. And tonight, he was every bit of that against a really good lineup. A lineup that is struggling. Look, I do think the Padres, and I'm not trying to take away from this win, but they are facing the Braves sort of at the right time. We said it pregame. The Braves came into tonight having dropped 7 of their last 10 games. So now it's 8 of 11. And their offense in that 11-game span, they have not scored more than 5 runs in any of those games. They have not been good with runners in scoring position at all. We said it pregame. They came in hitting 169 with runners in scoring position in that 10-game span. And what do you know it? They went 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position tonight. So that kind of stayed true in this game. So good for Michael King. Took advantage of a good lineup, but a struggling lineup. The other part of it for King is, with the way things have been going right now for this rotation and this starting pitching, they needed something like this to point them in the right direction, right? I mean, Giolito, he came in as the bulk innings guy yesterday. Not great. Buehler, really good. He's been really good, as we know. Randy has the tough start on Friday. You had, Canning's been so up and down. King himself has been so up and down. I mean, again, with the current state of the rotation, man, they need Michael King to be good. And tonight he was. He was excellent tonight. So, again, we talk about hopefully things trending upward, things pointing in the right direction. Manny, King, you hope that's what you saw here tonight. And the Padres get a nice 1-0 win. When we come back, we'll hit the phones, 833-288-0973. Phone number to call, again, 833-288-0973. Would love to hear from you. If you're cruising around town, maybe you're on the way home from the ball game here tonight, sold out crowd. Didn't see a lot of offense in this one, but most importantly, you did see a Padres win. 1-0. Pods over the Braves on this Monday. Our postgame coverage continues after this.
Sid's Carpet Barn is San Diego.
Padres win it 1-0 against the Atlanta Braves here tonight. Welcome back into our Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show here on the Padres Radio Network. Sam Levitt with you inside the Western Metal Building on this Monday night. Got to tell you, it was a gorgeous night here in downtown San Diego. Really was. Weather was absolutely perfect. 42,000 plus in the building, and they were treated to a really nice, important 1-0 win for the Padres here tonight. I know it wasn't flashy. I know offensively you're still looking for more. I get all that. But you know what? Manny, the home run. King was terrific. Bullpen did its thing. And the Padres come away with a win and a 40th win of the season as well. So nicely done there. And the Padres will try to keep it rolling with Game 2 of this 3-game series tomorrow. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. We'll have a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard coming your way as well. Let's hit the phones. 833-288-0973. Phone number to call, 833-288-0973. We appreciate you joining us on this late Monday night. A little bit of a late start with the national TV game. So I'm hanging with you here as we head towards 11 p.m. Well, it's only 10:32, but you get what I'm saying. We're heading towards the late hours, 11 p.m. Here on the West Coast. All right, let's go to the phones here. Let's begin with Brian calling in from San Diego. Brian, you're on our Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show with Sam Levitt. Go ahead.
Hi, Sam. How are you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Nice win, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a really nice win. What you like most about it?
Manny's home run.
All right, there we go. I mean, yeah, Manny hits the home run. Terrific. 14th home run of the year. What else you like? You think Michael King was pretty good too?
Oh, yes. Michael King was on point. And one thing I want to touch about Michael King, he had a really good outing, and Emory Home came in, and Mason Miller just shut them down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with you. You're spot on. Good analysis. Spot on. Exactly right. Manny's home run. King was great. Bullpen was terrific. Brian, appreciate the phone call. Spot on. Look, I do, and well, and I'm actually going to save it for relief pitcher of the game when we talk about Morejon. But look, this is tonight's win. I think was a little reminiscent, and we've said this a handful of times. During this tough stretch when they've won games like this. And this was reminiscent of how they won a lot of games in the first month or so of the season, right? I mean, they were just finding ways, and it was low scoring, and it was about the bullpen, and they did that here tonight. So nicely done. I know you want more offense. You do. But I think when you've had the type of little run here the Padres have had where there has not been a ton going right, like for a consistent stretch, I don't think you can complain about wins, especially against a team the quality of the Braves and how good they've been so far this season. Let's tell you about our relief pitcher of the game.
Which pitcher entered the game and slammed the door shut? This is today's relief pitcher of the game, brought to you by San Diego criminal defense attorney David P. Shapiro. We help good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime. Learn more at davidpshapirolaw.com.
Relief pitcher of the game here tonight, we'll hand it to Adrian Morejon. Came in top of the 8th inning, had to face the very top of the Braves lineup. Dubon, Baldwin, Olson, strikes out Dubon, strikes out Baldwin, gets a ground out from Olson. 1-2-3 inning. Really, really good work by Adrian Morejon. And I'll tell you what, the last 2 outings for him both have been really important and really impressive, because you look at what he did tonight in a 1-0 game. You look at what he did on Saturday in Texas, and we talked about it a lot on Saturday. After the Padres tied the game 3-3 with those 2 runs in the 8th inning Saturday against the Rangers, you had Morejon come in, and he was flat out dominant in a scoreless 8th inning, scoreless 9th inning, struck out 5 out of the 6 outs he got. And tonight, once again, really good. And Adrian is now, he's not allowed to run in 8 consecutive outings. That's a span of 9 2/3 innings, 13 strikeouts. He goes more than 1 inning all the time. And I know it was up and down for Adrian. That first bit of the season, he just didn't look quite the same that you were used to seeing the last couple of years. But lately, he's looked every bit of the dominant Adrian Morejon. So great job tonight. And to me, our relief pitcher of the game, Mason Miller, dealt a little trouble, but did the job as he so typically does. Now 21 for 21 in save opportunities. Let's tell you about the Padres' heart of the order.
Let's take the pulse of the Padres and check in on the heart of the order. Presented by Palomar Health, the official healthcare provider of 97.3 The Fan. Palomar Health, leading with heart for every patient. Palomar Health is reimagining healthcare.
Part of the order here tonight, Manny, Sheets, and Ty France, the 3-4-5 hitters. Machado, 2 for 3, double, home run. The home run made all the difference. Gavin Sheets, 0 for 2 with a walk, and Ty France, an 0 for 4 day. Miguel Andujar did pinch it later for Sheets. So the guy out of the heart of the order today that shined, no surprise, Manny Machado. 2 hits, including the game-deciding home run. All right, let's step aside. When we come back, if you want to get a phone call in before we go, you can do that at 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973, phone number to call. We will take a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll also replay my conversation with Manny Machado from after tonight's win. Padres win it 1-0 against the Atlanta Braves on the Padres Radio Network.
Stay tuned to the home.
Jamul Casino Resort Padres post-game show continues here on the Padres Radio Network. Final score here today. Padres 1, Braves 0. Manny Machado, the go-ahead home run. The solo shot is 14th of the season in the 4th inning, and that ends up being the game winner. Padres made it stand up. Michael King, terrific. 7 shutout innings, and the bullpen gets it done. Morejon, 1, 2, 3, 8th. Mason Miller, allowed a single and a walk in the ninth inning, but in typical Mason fashion, found a way through it, picks up his 21st save of the season, and that was that here tonight as the Padres win this series opener. We will preview tomorrow's pitching situation in just a moment as we preview the middle game of this series. We'll hear my conversation with Manny Machado in a moment as well, but first, let's take a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard.
Let's take a trip around the bigs to highlight the scores that matter most with our out-of-town scoreboard. Presented by Jensen Premium Beef Patties. Always a hit for grilling.
Let's begin in Detroit. Tigers playing a lot better as of late. Tigers beat the Yankees 5-3 in Detroit today. Riley Green a home run in that game. Tigers now 12-6 in the month of June. Royals beat the Rays 2-1 in Tampa Bay. The Rangers beat the Marlins 4-3 in Miami. Ezekiel Duran a home run in that game for Texas. Nationals beat the Phillies 4-1 in Washington. Luis Garcia Jr., Curtis Mead hit home runs in that game for the Nats. Foster Griffin, really nice outing, 7 innings and third, just 1 run given up. Blue Jays beat the Astros in Toronto tonight 4-2. Kazuma Okamoto, 17th home run of the season for Toronto in that one. Brewers and the Reds, they were scoreless going to the 10th inning. Brewers got 2 runs in the top of the 10th inning. The Reds got 1, and that was it. Brewers beat the Reds 2-1 in Cincinnati in 10. The White Sox beat the Guardians 6-5 in Chicago. Randall Grichuk a home run in that game for the White Sox. Anthony Kay 6 scoreless innings in that game for the White Sox as well. Dodgers beat the Twins 2-1 in Minnesota. The home runs in that game from Freddie Freeman and Shohei Ohtani. Those were the 2 runs the Dodgers score as they hang on to beat the Twins. Cardinals beat the Diamondbacks 3-2 in St. Louis. The Orioles beat the Angels 6-1 in Anaheim. We had a wild ending in Colorado tonight. Red Sox were up 2-0. Go into the bottom half of the 9th inning. Aroldis Chapman on the mound. The bases were loaded in the bottom of the 9th inning for Jake McCarthy.
One pitch is hit fair inside third. It'll go down the line. 2 runs are going to score. All 3 are going to score. Duran never picks up the ball. The Rockies walk it off on a 3-run double by Jake McCarthy.
Jake McCarthy, the 3-run double to propel the Rockies to a 3-2 win over the Red Sox, and Aroldis Chapman, quite a moment there. Cubs and the Mets were postponed due to rain in New York today. They'll make up that game on Wednesday. Do want to mention one other thing. I told you about the 6-5 win for the White Sox. That actually was a walk-off win. I mean, the White Sox are like magical this season. They've had so many memorable wins. Sam Antonacci won that game with a 2-run base hit in the bottom half of the 9th inning. White Sox were trailing 5-4. They win it in walk-off fashion tonight in Chicago, 6-5. Jesse and Tony had a good conversation during the game about the great job that Will Venable has done with the White Sox, and really what a good story they've been. 40-37 now. Again, it doesn't sound like a whole lot, but considering what they've been the last handful of years, it's amazing. So pretty cool story developing on the south side of Chicago, and that is a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard on this Monday. Final score, Padres 1, Braves nothing. Well, our play of the game, it's got to be the way the winning team scored the 1 run. Let's hear it.
1 bounce, 1 hit, 1 pitch can be the difference between victory and defeat. What was the most important play in today's game? This is today's play of the game. Presented by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating and Air, Restoration and Flood. We know how.
1-2, hit in the air, deep to left center field. Harris is racing back at the wall, looking up, gonna go! Line drive, home run into the bullpen, and Manny Machado does it again. His 14th of the year is a lead shot here at the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Padres have struck. It's 1-0.
Manny Machado, his 14th home run of the season, his second game-deciding home run in the last 3 games. He did it in extra innings on Saturday in Texas, and he does it here tonight with the solo shot in the 4th inning. I talked with Manny on the field right after tonight's 1-0 win.
Manny, the second time in 3 games you've come up with a game-deciding home run. What's allowing you to have those types of swings right now?
Just being consistent, being consistent with your at-bats, being consistent with your work, and just staying true to it. Don't worry about the results, what happens, but stay committed to the work you're doing.
Speaking of that consistency, what's been the process for you in working to find that consistency as this season rolls along?
Yeah, just not worrying about the results. I think we're winning ball games, we're playing well. If the team wants to get to where we want to get to, they need me to step up and do my part, and just trusting the process of working and staying consistent with my bats and with my work ethic.
Michael King was spectacular tonight, 7 shutout innings. From your perspective, what made him so good?
He was commanding his pitches, getting out of jams that he got himself into. Obviously, we get in the lead to be a little bit more aggressive on some of those pitches, but man, that was vintage Michael right there. He looked great today. All his pitches were working, and it was a great team effort.
Looking at this sprint towards the All-Star break, this team plays a lot of good competition, not many off days. How significant was it to start this stretch with a win tonight?
I mean, just getting back on the win column. We had a tough series back this weekend, and we played some really good baseball, but came up short. So starting this homestand with a win is huge.
That was a long road trip, I would imagine. It felt good to get back home.
Oh, absolutely. It was great.
Manny, thanks so much. Appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That was Manny Machado right after tonight's 1-0 win. Taking a look ahead to tomorrow's game 2 of this 3-game series between the Padres and the Atlanta Braves. Back to our normal start time tomorrow, 6:40 p.m. First pitch tomorrow. Our pregame coverage will begin at 5:40. On the mound for the Braves, right-hander J.R. Ritchie. On the mound for the Padres, well, right now it's TBA as far as the starter. Now it is Griffin Canning's turn in the rotation. You would imagine it is TBA because the Padres are mulling over the possibility of using an opener. They did that on the road trip for Griffin. They had who'd they have? They had Bradley Rodriguez. Yeah, Bradley start on Wednesday in St. Louis. So we'll see. Won't be Bradley because he's was optioned. Remember, to give him a little bit of rest. So it won't be him, but could be another guy to open up tomorrow's game. In fact, looking at the top of the Braves lineup with the 2 lefties and Baldwin and Olsen, at least today, in the 2-3 spots, and then you got Albies, the switch hitter, and Harris, the lefty. Those were the 2 through 5 batters today. You kind of wonder if it could be a Wandy Peralta opener tomorrow, but we'll find that out, I'm sure, in the early part of the day tomorrow, what the Padres intend to do. Who knows? Maybe there won't be no opener. Maybe it'll just be Griffin Canning. We'll see. But it's TBA right now as far as the starter. And then, again, right-hander J.R. Ritchie on the mound for the Braves with first pitch at 6:40. As always, if you missed any portion of our post-game coverage, you can go back and listen to all of it on the Inside San Diego Baseball podcast, available on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your podcast. You can also go back on the 97.3 The Fan YouTube channel and watch any portion of our post-game coverage in video form there as well. Final totals here tonight for the Pods: 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error. They left on 9. For the Braves, no run, 7 hits, no errors. They left on 8. Winning pitcher tonight, Michael King, who improves to 5-6. Losing pitcher, Grant Holmes, who drops to 4-4. The save goes to Mason Miller, his 21st of the season. Time of game, 2 hours and 36 minutes. And the crowd tonight at Petco Park here in downtown San Diego, the 30th sellout already of 2026, 42,572. Once again, first pitch tomorrow, 6:40 p.m. pregame coverage from the Western Metal Building begins at 5:40. Until then, for our great studio coordinator, Jeff Hamby, I'm Sam Levitt saying so long and good night from Petco Park. Again, the final score here tonight, the San Diego Padres 1 and the Atlanta Braves 0. We'll talk to you tomorrow on the Padres Radio Network. Have a great night, everybody.